Okay, I saw the thing pop up. Also, if you want to spam Griselda, you can.
Yeah.
Hodarth, you could literally be a genie. The CR
I'll
is-
need. Yeah. So beast, elementals, and fae.
Yep. Up to CR equal of your level, not half.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see what the genie can do. I think it.
Oh, come on. You know I'm going.
Genies can do a lot of stuff, but remember, just because genie's a genie does not mean you just get a free fucking wish casting ability.
Doesn't say they have a wish.
I know, they don't.
It depends on the genie.
Yeah, the more powerful, but no, it's more like.
Yeah.
Plane shift.
Yeah. Wild shape into a genie to plane shift. Pog.
At will detect good and
Okay.
detect evil and good, detect magic and thunderwave.
Hodar, I hope you realize how many fucking spell slots you open up to this.
Once a day.
Right?
You open up. I open up to this?
Yes. Think about it. Wild shape into something who can cast magic, spend its magic.
Then revert.
Yes.
Hmm.
Yes.
You could also be a gargoyle, Free's favorite.
Oh, and I remember, I fucking remember what the fucking warlocks do. The warlocks can fucking summon greater demons equal to their CR, including also celestials. CR equivalent to their level. So they could theoretically summon a Baylor.
Oh, that's hot.
Which things?
Celestial, abyssal, and demonic creatures equal to their own CR.
That is hot.
That is.
And which
warlocks.
Which one?
Warlocks, mythic
Warlocks.
Yeah.
Nice.
Under control or
of course.
wild?
That depends. You
Just
have
like
you have a role to succeed. It's if you ever played Vanilla WoW, there's a I think Ritual of Doom, and there's like, hey, you can summon a Dreadlord, but
I've never had enough friends to do that spell yet.
you need 5 warlocks. You need 5 very specific friends to do that. Nevertheless, yeah. Essentially, yeah, you summon a thing, and then depending on its alignment, it might be under your control. It might not.
Yep.
My new HP, by the way, is 176.
176.
Nice.
And AC?
14.
Hey!
And 16 with mage armor.
Okay, you need to help me with calculating these. Because my constitution is now +5.
How much did you increase your constitution by? 1 or 2 modifier?
Well, it was. Constitution was. I think Constitution got me well. I think I got it +3.
+3, which means
For the modifier.
+2 modifiers.
It was started as a +2, but then I got 3 more pluses.
What?
Because I think I got a +1.
You don't increase your modifier, but by that amount, you can increase your Stat
Constitution's 21.
21. Yeah. But if the modifier was 2 before, then even if you got +4 Constitution, you would only add 2 to the modifier.
Okay.
The +3 and +4 is not increased to modifier; it's increased to the base stat.
It has been a bit of time, right? Did anybody get a response from Griselda by chance?
Nope.
As far as I've noted.
Well, in that case, there's 3 of you. If you're ready, I would like to ask a question.
Yes, I am ready.
What about the rest of you, Ira? Hold on.
I am ready.
Ready to
I'm ready.
rumble.
I'm ready. I'm ready.
Okay. So, session 20. So, ironically enough, free. I told, as I originally gave everyone like the fucking, I guess, talk, I said that it's gonna last like 20, 30 sessions this campaign. So technically, it could end today.
Oh boy.
Isn't that hilarious? Kind of fun, if you say.
How ironic
mm.
that I'm leaving
Yeah.
soon.
So, last you left off, you ventured and explored the house further. Found nothing, just delusions and death. Shadows playing tricks on the walls, trying to consume you, split apart, and essentially corner you, keeping you in just corridors of illusions and madness as you're basically going on your own hell walk until you decided to break through the flooring and got into this basement, you could say, that was just very awful and just very odd, where you found a very old man, a wraith or a specter of sorts, sitting on a spectral stump and essentially guarding the place, as he said, from this echoing, thrumming, beating heart. Ira, with some sort of relevate, just by sheer luck or just some sort of intervention, decided to, just show off the glaive that she was carrying ever since she got to the city, and presented it to the specter. With it, the eyes of the specter widened as it took up the weapon and became a lot younger. Less of a feeble old man to a more firm and battle-ready man, ready to do what needs to be done. Which you all took an hour preparation before you went through a portal into this demi-plane where a giant beating heart thrummed and echoed, guarded by this Baylor. You fought. Summonings were happening. Griselda's old acquaintance was seen briefly as Griselda killed him in one-on-one combat, and as I guess the Spectre single-handedly almost took the Baylor out, the rest of you kind of dispatched the heart, and with that, immense power flowed through all of you as the heart stood still, and the Spectre ascended into an angel of sorts. And before you had any motion of celebrating or even speak, all of a sudden the demi-plane shattered and spit you out into the astral sea, where you floated a bit on a giant dinosaur as one does to celebrate, and eventually found this odd little island, or even just a plot of land drifting through the astral sea, which had a bit of smoke coming from its top. You found what seemed to be an inn. Outside, two dwarves playing some sort of board game, their concentration immense to each other and the board. And inside a war genasi by the name of Pond. Apparently there's a bartender and offered you some refreshing water for quite expensive, but that is the best water you ever had in your life. After a bit of brief questioning of what the hell this place is and what its purpose, you kind of retired in the main floor of the inn as the innkeeper or the barmaid or the owner of this establishment allowed you. So last
Whatever
we
the fuck it is.
yeah, I mean it's a so last we left off, you all start to take a long rest. But I got a simple question: is anybody gonna go for guard duty?
Duty. Nope. I'm on the roof.
In this establishment, no, I don't think I would.
So I'm just gonna play.
For a bit afterwards, I'm going to.
What do you mean?
I'll start off with the doing that, but eventually I'll go and take my long rest afterwards.
I would have done, but she's too tired to think about that.
There's a handful of tables and chairs neatly placed. A small streak of dust litter them as nobody has been in them for quite a while. There's a simple fireplace, less for warm, more for like aesthetic feeling of the place, as the astral sea is warm enough and you would definitely not get cold. You set up, snuggle up somewhere, either in the corner or just using anything, as there is no bedrooms or the like, and you just kind of sleep. As for Hodart, is there anything you wish to do? Because the place is relatively calm. You just see that you're just slightly floating somewhere in the astral sea. Occasionally you see like debris or just small chunks of stone floating in the astral sea out through the windows. You see the dwarves do not talk, do not speak, do not even move, but their eyes are on the board.
When you say they don't move, do they still play the game of chess, or are they just staring at it?
Just looking from the distance, they don't seem to be even like. They seem both like hunched over, looking at the board. You see that the board has few moves already into it, so the game has already started. But ever since you got here, and it's been like 30 minutes or so, they have not raised their hands, composed themselves, or anything.
Interesting. He's not gonna do anything in particular. It's a bit concerning, but he's also going to not pay. He's not going to worry too much about it until there's any sort of, I don't want to say hostility or anything that doesn't seem, or anything that seems off, and then he'll make a mad dash for whomever, and all that stuff. So he's not gonna do. He's just gonna keep an eye out.
For how long?
I don't know. How long does Ira need?
4 hours.
How long do you? 4 hours? About 4 hours.
I'm
until
a
Ira.
half elf, so I actually need full sleep.
Oh,
Oh,
shit, never mind.
You do?
Only
Oh.
real elves can meditate.
I forgot.
Yeah, no, he's still good. He's still good for at least a teleport. He'll go until needed, and then I guess he'll be the last one to take that shift. Take a rest. Then at that point,
I mean,
When he shall see. After defeating a large opponent, I doubt something would just come out of the blue, find us in the astral scene, and go, "Ah, I found you, Dave."
after what we just went through, he's not going to take that chance. I can
Fair
tell you
enough.
that.
I'll be
so,
taking that though.
So yeah, Free sleeping on the roof, Griselda and Ira in the inside, and Knives while drinking water, and occasionally drinking from his own flask, just kind of passes on the bar stool on the bar, just on the bar. So yeah, how many hours? And because I need to know how many perception checks you need to make.
The thing is, however, that he needs 8 hours before he can do anything. Guessing he's just going to take the whole watch, unless somebody else there takes another part of the watch.
If you wake somebody up,
Yeah.
they can do it.
Yes.
Because in a long rest, you only need 6 hours of sleep and 2 hours of light activity, such as keeping watch.
So yeah,
Well, then I'd assume he'd go with that then.
Okay.
After 6 hours, you're gonna wake either Free, Ira, or Grizz.
If you wake up Free, she's going to kick your ass back down.
Okay. So I would like you to roll me 3 perception checks then.
He's not talking to me, by the way.
Code art.
Now he's writing.
Cool. Also, Free just realized
Yes.
in the dust roll it just said this. Playing it anyway. Yeah, I roll.
It's a good rolls.
Good rolls. Okay. So
Nice boost in power there.
okay. So first 2 hours pass, and it's relatively peaceful. It's literally just this white sky with glimpses of black dots that are objects in the distance, and there's like a nice little the entrance by the entrance to the inn where the dwarves sit. There's also another bench with a table, hasn't been used since you see quite a bit of dust just kind of littering the thing. The dwarves in the first 2 hours do not flinch, do not move, still as stones. They stand still. You can see that they're breathing, and you see that their griffins, for the first like hour, just kind of eyed you all, but they kind of come down and kind of started to lay next to each of the dwarves that are sitting individually. So the first 2 hours, nothing of matters happened. For the second 2, you kind
Roll
of
initiative.
no.
Sorry.
you kind of lose like a bit of like time, because time passes but the light does not change. There's no dawn, there's no dusk, there's no darkness, there's no sun. Occasionally looking out, you see what seem to be smaller islands, like we're talking like 10 by 10, just kind of floating about, shattered pillars, columns,
Shattered dreams.
and the dwarves still hunched over, do not move, do not speak. The water genasi, though, exits out and just kind of overlooks the outside for a bit. Kind of leans against the outer walls of her inn and just kind of eyes the distance for a bit, for a good 10 minutes or so. Does not even like look at you, just kind of gives a glance. Do not exchange any words with you unless you speak to it. But after 10 minutes, it
I
goes.
thought it was a bird.
It hurts. Yeah. And after 10 minutes, she goes back in without saying a word. On the 5th and 6th hour, though, I would like you to roll me a 4D100.
I would lie if I didn't say I was excited.
And now roll me a single D100. About 5.5 hours in, all of a sudden you hear a sudden clunk, as if somebody in full plate just dropped somewhere. You look around, you see nothing, and you see nobody's human face, not even the griffins. And you look at the board, and you see a piece has been moved in the board. But the dwarves are in the same position as before. But
Goes without to say they haven't moved.
shut up. But before 6 hours has been struck, and before you decide who you're gonna wake up for the rest of 2, in the distance, it might have been 1,000 yards, a mile, tens of miles away. You see a large entity, like a snake, suddenly just manifest far in the distance. And then you realize that is not a snake. That is a massive boat. Its coloration of wood is bright orange. Its banners are crimson red. And it travels through the astral sea from, like, towards you, but they're descending fast and they're going somewhere below you, and they seem to be traveling as like a snake, as in they're wriggling, and the boat itself is kind of shaping itself like a serpent. And from your guesses with a natural 20, you assume the ship, if it's proportionally correct as you would assume, it's maybe a few hundred feet long. It's very odd. But after a few minutes, just looking at the ship as it kind of goes down and down, it eventually just vanishes in the pale white of the astral sea. And then your 6 hours are
After that, I'm going to see if Ira is available.
I usually only sleep for about 6 hours normally, so she awakes easily.
Gonna say right.
Yeah.
And see if she would take the watch from here.
I can do that. And she will go outside and stare into the astral sea.
Okay.
Is in the astral sea, is it a beautiful view? Would you describe it as a beautiful view, Rex?
it's beautiful in its own way. It's 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 like a reverse night sky in a way. Not a bright, like gentle, bright white light everywhere you see, and in the distance, murky, blackish, voidish spots litter the outside, and it's
So
kind
I
of
think to say a starry day, right?
yeah, but in reverse, and it's not exactly like bad for your eyes, and you do realize that
Black clouds.
and you do realize that in the distance, the black stuff is not actual star, but probably just either rubble, things of the astral sea, or just, just stuff that is floating like this island that you're standing on.
Garbage.
Yeah.
Yeah, I will take out her lantern and hold the incense burner. Hold it and look out to the astral sea.
As you hold out as you hold out the lantern, you kind of just start to see just smoke slightly building up and immediately just kind of going away, as in you're on something that is going quite fast, and the trail of smoke, it kind of shows you how quickly the island moves. Uh, but besides that, the familiar grayish smoke fills with occasional clinging from the sound inside of it.
Yeah, she will hum a small tune to the lantern.
As you hum, it explodes.
Um, I would like you to roll me a 6100.
Oh shit, you took me literally.
Just shut up.
I'm kidding. Alright, I will.
Thank you.
6100.
Yeah. Oh
So
God.
pretty low.
All right. Um, um, as you start to hum, the surrounding smoke still draining, like going out into the astral sea, slowly start to almost like kind of suck up back to the lantern, and all of a sudden you just see, just looking at the lantern, that there's something dark, as if like a shadow's growing within the lantern or like next to it. And when you do a closer look of it, you realize it is drawing something out of you. Some sort of darkish obsidian black shadow that is getting pulled out of you, with occasional strings of purple or violet.
Does she feel this in any way?
A sudden panic overtakes you for a second, but as you calm down, nothing feels different.
Hmm.
It takes a good minute or so, and then all of a sudden, what seems to be the final strands of the shadow just kind of leave your body and into the lantern. And as the final shadow reaches the lantern, all of a sudden it almost like coughs a large plume of purple smoke, and the fire within, the bright yellow orange warm light, is exchanged by a fiery purplish light.
light inside the lantern becomes purple, you said?
Yes. Roll me an insight check.
Yeah, you just write this down. Inside the becomes purple. Insight check. 1d20 plus my new insight, which is nice. Wait, I'm proficient in insight. 510. So it should be 10, yeah.
Oh boy. You get this as you like observe the fire kind of brewing in the lantern. You all of a sudden just have this sensation in the back of your skull, as in a pressure is slightly building up. You exhale, and the pressure goes away, and all of a sudden you feel this sensation that you can't even describe. Like something happened within you, but you don't even know what, or if it's even good or a bad sensation.
Ominous. She will like look at the lantern, hold it up and examine it. The purple light is still there, right?
Yes, and the smoke is now this slight, like it's still mostly gray, but it has this like purplish tinge to it. The tone and the notes inside the lantern have not changed.
Yeah, she will speak to the lantern. What? What was that? What did you do? Like talking to a small animal. That smoke, what was that?
The lantern echoes notes as per usual, giving you no response.
Yeah. Finding nothing, she will return to just holding the lantern and continue staring out. Trying to like summon a little bit of her magic. Playing around with her new sensation of power that she got from the god. Just trying out something magical things and cantrips and bits and bobs.
Uh-huh. What kind of cantrips are you gonna use?
Well, I don't really have any water on me, so I can't really use my shape water, my favorite cantrip. So prestidigitation is a good one. She will like make small images in her hand, create small like tiny objects that disappear.
So you play with the cantrip and nothing seems unusual or different. Um, so yeah. 2 hour. Oh yeah. Roll me a perception check just in case.
Yeah.
Oh, nice. It's pretty simple. You look up every once in a while to just look around. Everything is the same but different, as in the pale light with debris in the background, but the debris is different each time you look up. In the distance, maybe a few hundred feet, maybe a few hundred miles away. The dwarves seem to be in the same position as you originally came to this place, and of course when you took up your, I guess, position to guard the rest of the people, Free is still present on the rooftops. The griffins are sleeping peacefully and do not even flinch or pay attention to your water cantrips. But yeah, after 2 hours pass, Free, you are awake.
Awaken, my masters! No, I'm kidding. So, first thing that happens, she just opens her eyes, feels her stomach, just feels off today. A bit of a sting to it. I'm guessing there's not much apart from clear astral skies.
Yeah, unless you want to roll a perception check.
Oh, sure, why not? I'll test my luck today with the perception. Oh, Lordy, don't fail me now! Okay, where is it? Ah, there. B29. That's not how it works. Yep, my rolls are gonna be shit today.
Looking around and looking like just in the surrounding area, below you or below the island that you're resting upon, you spot what seem to be large octopi way below you, kind of drifting opposite away from you from the island.
Are they bigger than my entire body? From the simple math.
You would guess they're a few 100 feet long,
Ooh.
as they are
Hmm.
these inky black things with suction cups that seem to be glowing either bright yellow or just bright white. Hey, Grizzy! Let's go.
Finally, Grizzy! Yes!
Actually, good timing.
Yeah, it's not even. It's,
Frustration. I could receive your messages, but I couldn't respond. Discord was shitting on my fucking face at the time.
Oh,
I experienced that yesterday. Oh no.
yeah. No, it's
I was like, I could see the spam, and I was like, and then I was trying to go, and it's like, oh, you're connecting. It's like, how come I can receive stuff,
yeah.
but
So-
I can't send stuff?
So Griselda, don't
Okay.
worry. All you literally did is just went to bed and you're about to wake up. That's literally you still literally didn't do nothing that like would change anything that you
So,
would do.
Araxis,
Uh-huh.
I'm glad to be so lazy.
if I ever had any chance to look in culinary arts, were those space octopus mentioned at any point?
Oh my god, roll me a history with disadvantage.
You know what? I'm giving myself the full treatment of bardic inspiration and guidance.
This is a very insanely high DC.
I hope I get it, to even with though my shitty rolls.
I can immediately tell you that you're not gonna get it.
Let me just
rolls.
give my. Where's that tune? Where's that tune? Beloved runs. Tale of the Clever Animal. Ah, there you go. I give myself a Tale of the Clever Animal as well, just to give myself that extra dice.
Uh-huh.
Okay. So that was history, right?
Yes, history with disadvantage.
Okay.
So Free is doing her history. Griselda, what you literally miss is everybody went to bed except for Hodar for 6 hours to basically
Okay.
cover everyone.
Does
essentially
the
guard.
extra die function with the thing?
Okay. So Free, you do not have a clue.
Yeah,
Nope.
no, I
No, you.
Absolutely terrible. My God.
Yeah, you have like you realize that it's probably like a deep sea octopi. Like you've seen like quite a handful of books from the ones that you bought and how to prepare them, but this is a bit over specific because who knows what these creatures are, because you have no guess of like what the astral sea even contains. Also, so Griselda, Holdart chilled for 6 hours, basically looking around, nothing happened. Then Ira for 2, she got some black shadowy stuff stuck out of her into the lantern, and the lantern now shines slightly purplish velvet color. And technically, at this point, you had your long rest as 8 hours had passed and you were not disturbed. You are neatly somewhere in the inn, probably on the ground or on the table or on the chair. What would you like to do?
And I said outside, by the way. Sure.
Yeah.
Hmm. I would like to. Oh crap! I forgot to ask. What did the? This is the question for Ira over here. I do not have the details for the second blade. Do you have them, or are they gone to the ether?
I had them. I have a pile of documents. So they are somewhere in there, the pile. I can find it, but not really exactly right now.
Oh yeah.
That's fine.
Oh yeah, Grizzly.
Um,
Grizzly, just quick question. What's your current HP and AC? Because you got con because of.
right. Let me just check. Current. Oh shit. Okay. Current HP 277.
Yeah.
Current AC with the shield 30.
277 and 30. Nice. Okay, so yeah.
Yeah. That might be going down to 25 depending on if if I can figure out what the other blade does. Anyway, no. She gets up, sort of stretches. Like multiple clicks in her back. Wait, is anyone? Yeah, everyone else will be awake at this point.
Starting to be awake, not awake yet to wait.
Only
Alright.
person that is currently not awake is Hodart, because he went for 6 hours of not patrol, just guard duty, and then passed out, whatever. And of course, then you got Knives, who kind of drank himself, and now he is on the bar stool, just asleep.
Alright. I get up. I'll sleepily look over at those that are still asleep, and then she goes outside. Stomps outside, blade in hand. Is there? I don't know the layout of this place. Is there like anything destructible?
In the inn itself.
Outside the
Outside. There's a set of like a bench, a set of or I guess 4 chairs and a large table. And looking outside, like into the actual sea, occasionally you see just debris flying by.
debris.
Mostly stone.
Interesting.
You also see Ira staring at you, sitting on the side of the porch of the inn, with
Oh,
currently having a glass bow in her lap, just looking over the bow.
she stomps out and goes, "Oh, morning, Ira," or whatever time I guess it would be.
Yeah, good morning. I hope you slept well.
I did. I feel better than before. Like so much better.
You do give off an aura of strength greater than before.
I think it might have been because I was standing right in front when it died, but I don't think I've ever felt this strong before.
Yeah, hopefully that dark energy didn't come with consequences.
God knows D&D is not a game of consequences.
Shut up.
Sorry, that was a little bit funny. Yeah, no, I mean, I still feel normal. I don't feel like I'm about to, go harvest people's organs or something. Whatever I have inside of me, it's mine now.
Yeah, well, I just experienced something strange, and she holds up her lantern, and it glows slightly purple now, that it didn't do before, like in the inside of it.
She looks and squints. Oh, it's a different color.
Yeah, I do feel okay though, so doesn't seem to be anything bad.
Well, there's nothing bad about the lantern. I overreacted at the time when I did. I apologize for that again. But
Okay, at this point, Griselda, you just start to see as if like something shadowy starts to kind of just feather out of you and just kind of slowly reach out towards the lantern. What would you like
Do
to
I
do?
she
Yeah,
takes a step
yeah.
back.
do I see that as well?
Yes, you do. You
Oh.
basically see that there's some sort of tethering happening between Griselda and the lantern.
I was going to pull the lantern back quickly.
Yeah. As you pull
She
out,
pulls back.
there's like almost like a stretch sensation of like, you're like it feels like you're pulling like very tiny amount of like very strong strings. But going like 10 feet away from Griselda, all of a sudden you feel a sudden just sensation of like it's like either snapped or stopped, and you see the pulled shadow is now kind of just lingering there for a split second and slowly just coming back to Griselda.
Or is that thing evil?
I just do not think so.
Really? Because it just tried to eat my shadow.
I did that to myself as well, and I don't feel anything different.
That's not a vote of confidence.
Do you have a shadow?
Yeah, it isn't your actual shadow. It's just like some kind of substance out of your body.
Oh yeah, but she just saw shadow, so she's like, yes, it's eating my shadow. So I'm no genius. Oh, hold on, sorry. I have to Nope, I am actually apparently.
Yeah. Mythic levels.
Just all of a sudden just
Right.
whipped out glasses.
She pulls out some reading glasses.
Oh
What
my
is your intelligence right now?
Intelligence is 18.
You're smarter than I am.
Oh shit. Never mind. Let me just pull out some. I wouldn't consider myself a scholar, but considering the fact that we just fought an entirely evil entity, and your lantern is eating what's left of the residue that's on us, or possibly even more.
Now she's turning into a scientist. Stop her.
Perhaps we need someone of a. We need a specialist to appraise exactly what's going on here, because I don't think that's a good thing.
I've had that thought as well. In the meantime, you should probably not get too close to me.
Yeah, I was about.
Smart Grizzy is scaring me.
I was about to say. Well, is Grisella coming closer to like interact with the lantern, just like as she?
No, she is not. She is putting her
I was going
glasses on and staying
Yeah.
away.
I was going to
Um,
cover up the lantern with some kind of cloth, something, and put it in her bag.
See Griselda putting on some fucking glasses.
Yeah, she's got reading glasses. She's not a young girl. She's
From the roof, okay? Since when do you have glasses?
I think she's had glasses before.
Since I had to look at something far away without touching it. Most of the time.
Confused.
Okay, my vision's a little bit blurry, but I can tell what the blurs are in the distance mostly.
Is that why
So-
is that why you swing at things?
That's a stereotype that you're speaking of, and I don't rightly subscribe to it.
Fine. Sorry. Go back to whatever you were doing. She just lays on the roof again.
She's stressed. It's fine. A lot has happened.
Yeah, that is true.
I have the wisdom to understand that, because that's a fucking 21. Anyway, she sort of looks at it from the distance. Who was the last person that appraised this? I can't remember. Oh, it was Quirk.
Yes, it was from his description. Well, something that gave me power, but it was not harmful in any way, from what he said.
I mean, I wouldn't think that he would keep secrets from us, but he's also the type to play his cards close to his chest, if you catch my meaning.
He was very vague about it, but I didn't take that as any kind of malice.
Not malice, but if it would benefit him later not to tell you.
I will nod. It might be time to study it a bit more.
Yeah. Well, we can go get it appraised again by some other, we can get a second opinion.
Cough, cough.
Who is anyone that we know that has the ability to appraise things magically? Any friends or?
I'm pretty sure that Free had that ability.
Free?
Free, I will ask. Free,
Shut up to the roof.
What do you
Free!
want?
are you able
What
to
is it?
appraise things? Magical?
Identify them?
Yes.
Yeah. Fine.
You just see a pair of white wings from the roof as she then just flies on down.
All right.
Dusts herself off.
I'm keeping my distance. I'm looking at Free to see what happens when she gets close to the
Yeah.
light.
It is still covered right now in cloth.
Oh yeah, but I'm still is
Oh,
it safe
oh.
or is it going to eat her soul?
Oh no, Free. As you get closer, all of a sudden, you see just a pool of blackish mass from what seems to be your abdomen, towards the lantern. Similarly as Ira and Griselda, but there's just a massive streak of purple, with occasional few spots of white.
You might want to take a step back, and she'll try to pull it away.
Well, technically, there's no harm in it since you weren't hurt by it.
I kind of just. Is there anything I can relate to this?
It just looks a bit unsettling that this is going out, but you don't feel anything, no sensation. Just mentally, just like so, like you feel like you almost like feeling like you have that, like your soul is getting sucked out, but there's no sensation of anything.
Can I put my hand in front, like just wave it off?
As you do, it goes through your hand. You do not feel anything. You feel like you know that slight like warm sensation as you going from like a warmer air to colder, that kind of feel, but besides that, nothing.
I mean, we did fight shadowy things, and well, she looks down at her huge scar, or horizontal belly scar. We got hit a few times. Wouldn't put it past it to be just sucking that up.
So
Visible darkness.
Or I could say it was a device that stores power.
Well, my power comes from what's on my head so far.
So would you let it run its course, or?
He's ready to pull it away if she
I-
wants.
She kind of puts her claw forward. You wanted me to identify it?
Sure. And she will unwrap the cloth around it.
Okay. Is
Put
it
the rest
is,
on
is
top
it is it the minute ritual?
Wait, do bards get rituals?
Bards get rituals on any spell they know they can cast ritually.
Oh, I
Okay.
thought that was
Pretty sure.
So I mean, it's up to you to decide. So decide quick, free. Decide quick.
yeah, ritual cast.
Okay.
It's 10 minutes.
Wait,
Yeah.
Nice.
If I ritual cast, it doesn't cost anything, right?
Doesn't
Yeah,
cost
it
any.
doesn't cost anything, but you add an extra 10 minutes onto whatever the cost would be.
Yeah, ritual costing is available for bards.
Yeah. So
Okay, cool.
a good like 40 seconds in, the final remnants of like at the beginning it was like just streaks of shadow, and you all can see this, and with occasional like little streaks of purple and then some streaks of white. But after 40 seconds, all of a sudden it slowly just starts to diminish and like kind of fade, and nothing comes out of free anymore.
Unironically, not afraid of getting sucked.
And
I hate you.
and free after like the final thing happens, you feel like the same. Nothing feels off about you. Ira, though, I would like you to roll me 10 D100s.
The fuck?
I'll be right back. I need to get a graph.
The graph?
That
Oh,
seems good. 100.
Did we make a graphical error?
That's very average.
Oh no! I say it's going to be a bonus to Ira.
I can just skim this growth out of the top of your soul.
Honestly, I feel like that could be more so like a power pool that you're gonna get from your allies, your connections per se.
I am intrigued. Well-
Honestly, that's why I'm not afraid, because
And also,
Nice.
Ira currently holds it, and it's
Oh
fine.
boy.
you're the one who owns it. You're
Okay,
going to-
roll. Okay, for Ira, I would like you to roll me another insight.
Another insight.
Yeah.
10. Let me see. Not the best, but better than last time. 19.
Okay. All of a sudden, there's another sensation in the back of your skull. This time, a lot more pressure, and it just kind of slowly subsides. and you realize the sensation now as it like reverberates through your body this time, and you realize what you're feeling. You're feeling powerful. Not in any aspect, but that sensation of like more confident, more determined. Something about you feels just better and free. As you like you look at Ira just kind of clutching her head for a bit and like trying to figure out what the fuck is going on with her.
Just clutch.
With your perception, all of a sudden you see your crown on her head. And her head is adorned with pristine white feathers for a split second. But then as she raises her head, all of it just disappears.
Huh. I think you absorbed some of my aspiration.
Yeah, she would like place a hand on her neck, like, scratching where the thing started.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I just felt something a bit strange.
For a second, I swear I saw my crown on your head.
Oh,
Griselda, I think it's more so a connection between us. But let me finish this spell first.
Mm-hmm.
right. We'll find
And-
out eventually.
Yeah,
Is
and you're-
Griselda
fine.
gonna keep her distance?
Yes.
Okay. So
Yeah.
about 5 minutes in, all of a sudden you hear like something falling inside the inn, and you hear a swear in essentially a loud dwarvish fuck. And a few I'm sorry, I'll pay for this. As you see Knives slightly hangover, just kind of walks out, just kind of looks at the astral sea, almost like getting its surroundings and kind of getting accustomed to like what the fuck they are, and kind of see you all sitting down or like tending to the lantern, and he kind of comes closer and asks, "A dwarvish fuck?" Yes. As yeah, as he just kind of asks, "How long we've been here?" Feels like forever.
For about
yeah,
one
a
night.
real sense of time that you can grab. Yeah, like at least long enough for a sleep. I think about 6 to 7 hours.
Yeah, I will not. That's
Even in the astral sea, a bar stool does not compare to a bed. He kind of takes a deep breath. When we're gonna leave, and at this point, as he like kind of stretches, you see the familiar like streak of shadow comes from him.
Kind of give Griselda a look, then I kind of shift gaze repeatedly to Knives. Like, do something, do something.
Kind of looks at you, a bit confused, looks down, and is like, looks at the thing that that is pouring out, and he kind of steps back a bit, clutches his dagger by the side, just kind of looks at all of you like
Hey,
there is no danger, but you might want to take a few steps back. Perhaps.
we are currently trying to figure out what it is exactly. Free here has volunteered as a tribute to identify.
Okay,
Can we
let me
figure out whether it's good or
okay.
benign or something evil?
He kind of looks at the thing. I'm not feeling bad. He kind of takes a step forward slightly, kind of like almost tests the waters, just kind of like slightly like nudging his like sides of the body forward, as in like trying to see if there's any sensation that he
Doing
feels.
the hokey toki to see what happens.
Yeah, he's trying to see what
Put your
happened.
left foot in.
You put your
It
right
gives
foot
him a
out.
wry
Put your left
smile.
foot
Uh,
out.
Knives, if I had to assume, it's more like a bond.
Uh,
And honestly,
um,
hmm,
What is it, Griselda? What would you like to say?
I didn't say
Oh, okay.
anything.
oh,
Did something
you
pick up?
sounded like you.
Yeah,
Okay,
We are
probably
counting
not.
noises.
correcting noises. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. He kind of like takes a few steps forward, looks around, just kind of waves his hand. We've been in a den of fuck knows what, a giant beating heart, a Baylor. It can't be worse than what happened, right?
I agree with you there, Knives.
He's got a point. I don't think anything's ever sucked that bad.
Let's
So,
let's just hope that she does not have our personality quirks. That would be unfortunate.
Okay.
no, it'd be great. You'd help me slay some more gods. It'd be great.
No. What I meant is having her aspire some of your personality through the lantern.
So,
What?
Oh, come on. I
Like-
don't think it would be that bad.
okay.
Taking it?
You never know. So, is it done?
About a minute that like this is like 8 minutes into the ritual. And all of a sudden you see the final tears from Knives go into the lantern. Ira inside. Oh boy.
Yes! And
Well,
finally,
good.
good score.
Yeah.
Oh god. Oh fuck.
I'm sweating.
I'm sweating.
I'm wearing a big polo in front of the sun.
Yeah.
The fuck you mean?
Okay. Ira, you have all of a sudden just a splitting headache for a moment. The pressure builds up and almost like you lose your balance. For the rest of you, all of a sudden you see for a split second Iris faint.
Has a beard.
No. No. I shift coloration to pristine and royal purple before switching back to their usual selves for a split second. Ira, you hear a thrum of a heartbeat echo through your mind, followed by two voices. One of Zircon and one of your father. Both almost in unison, as if speaking the same words at the same moment. They say to you, a boon has been gained. And then you have this washing sensation of confidence through you.
Knives only have confidence. I made you feel like you.
Not Knives, not
It's just-
Knives. This is Ira. Knife just
Oh.
feel like looks normal.
Honestly, I didn't mean like Knives. I thought she is like aspired Knives' confidence.
We have no idea what happened, but you definitely noticed I acting like stumbling like one step.
We might-
Blinking
Still the same weird feeling?
a bit stronger this time.
I suggest nobody
Oh.
else gives their little shadow thing to Ira
Okay.
until we identify it.
Okay.
And
So-
then I will look at the lantern a bit more strangely now.
Yeah. So 10 minutes pass, and it's the same description, Ira, as you received before. but one similar change, one change or two actually, as it has one shred of Nadachi and one mote of Paranux the Chain Heart.
One shred. Let me
Of
write
the,
this down.
Okay, wait. I haven't identified this.
yes,
Correct. Nux, the chain heart.
yes, Paranux,
Paranux.
the Chained Heart.
One
Mote.
mote.
One mode.
The mote grants you immunity to psychic damage.
Whoa! Nice.
Interesting.
Okay. I kind of looked to Noirs with a smirk, to Knives with a smirk. Paranux, the chain heart. I say out loud.
He looks at you with almost like a puzzled look. So I assume that's the heart we killed, or
Oh no, that's what she got from you. She had a shred of Nadachi and what was it again?
The description of I can say the description of the
Okay,
item.
just send that to me.
I don't have it sent like that. I think.
Oh, you can write it on paper. Okay.
Yeah. And I can't find my paper right now because it would
Oh,
take too much time. So I will say what I remember.
A shred of Nadachi and a mote of
Yeah.
Paranux, the chain heart.
You learn from the identification that the lantern is basically a vessel for souls. Was that correct?
yes.
It can hold many different kind of souls, and the wielder gains power from the souls within. And there is currently one single soul occupying it, of someone named Ervan Forge.
Okay.
not
Griselda,
anymore.
does Paranux ring any bell?
Does it ring any bells?
No.
I have no idea who that is.
All right. Well, let's try this again. Ira,
Yes.
are you ready to suck up somebody else? She She has a visible smirk. She was actually saying that. Or, more accurately, your lantern.
There's nothing evil that's coming off. It's just. Oh wait, we were in a fucking ghost house. Of course, it's eating souls.
Oh, Griselda.
What?
Yeah.
Ira, but
Yeah, she steps forward.
I have no idea what a barbarian was going to do to you.
Oh god. No. She steps forward as like, is it far?
You're cutting out. You're cutting out.
Too far.
Oh my god.
Touch it. Are you
Griselda,
okay
you're
with me
cutting up.
Griselda, you're cutting up so bad.
So yeah, is anybody gonna go to Hodor and be like, hey, I'll
Now Hodaf is asleep. He should get his beauty sleep. He's the one who can teleport us out of here.
We'll surprise him with the shadow thing.
Better not ruffle his feathers about it.
Yeah.
No,
But
we're
he's
gonna
going
roll.
to need 4 more hours of sleep to get his full rest.
So. Oh, boy.
sorry about that?
Yeah. So
Better, yeah.
So Griselda's gonna go touch it then.
Yes.
Oh god. Okay. So even touching it, it gives no like response. But Ira, yeah, you can see the purple flame inside of the thing is present and it's kind of glowing. The soft, familiar glow, and and the fumes coming from it are more purplish and thicker. Griselda, going to the vicinity does not like escalate your suck, but still, after a few moments, after you approach closer, you see the familiar, just feather, feather, manifests and just kind of pulls the thing out. A good half a minute passes, and
Oh, there's a lot of me.
yeah, and yeah, it goes into the lantern, and Ira, you have the familiar sensation in your back of your mind, a minor one, but this like there's like almost like a low of emotion, as in you felt a slight like high, and now it's like slightly like not as good as before sensation.
And it's not bad. It's just not as good.
Yeah.
Like a diminishing return.
Yes.
Fuck you, DM. I'm awesome.
Oh my god.
Diminishing return my ass. No.
Diminishing returns like Griselda. Ooh. But yeah.
I'm insulted.
Yeah.
Yeah, as it finishes, she goes, anything else? Anything different happen?
Well, I did feel a sensation, but it was weaker this time than before.
Oh,
I think whatever has happened is that it has taken out a part of that God's power or curse out of you.
well, I don't feel weaker, so it couldn't have taken much. But, yeah, no feeling is different. I'm feeling fine. Your lantern's, I guess, less hungry now, or whatever you want to call it.
No, I'm still feeling pretty hungry.
Oh, well,
Actually, I saw some space octopus floating down below, but I don't think we have time to cook those. Or even fight them.
it depends how easy they are to fight.
They look huge. I wouldn't bet on it right now. Besides,
They
I
look
don't-
huge, you say?
Look, and maybe later if we got back to at some point, but no.
I don't
Okay.
think we're gonna come back here at any point.
Oh, maybe one day. I'm definitely gonna try fishing those at a later date.
Well, fair enough. As long as you're around, I guess there's a chance for anything to happen.
Mm-hmm. Well. So,
Mm-hmm.
I guess we're waiting for the owl to wake up.
He's gonna take a long time because he decided to go for 6 hours.
Yeah, 4 hours left.
Well, I
Really?
have
That's
an
not a
idea.
problem.
We have a few hours, I'm sure. I'm gonna
Yeah.
look off the edge of the island. Still, any form of
Nope.
fishy life?
Nope.
Hmm.
You said
If you
that
tie a rope around my waist, I'm sure you can haul me back in.
I kind of look to Griselda with a bit of a pensive stare.
What?
Are you offering yourself as bait?
Are you gonna use me as bait to fight a giant fish creature?
Well, depends.
Then yes.
Let's try this. I'm curious.
that's really a good idea.
Oh, it's a horrible idea, but I'm a bit bored. A little exercise
Boredom.
never hurt.
Okay.
I'm going to tie. Like, how many ropes do we have?
Yeah.
We have one per person of 50 feet hempen rope.
What do you think? 150. We tie those ends. 150. Ira, you gonna give your rope?
You can have my rope.
Well, we have a 150 long line now.
Yeah. So,
Tied to Griselda's waist.
140.
Griselda, I would like you to roll me a d10 and a perception check.
I'm going to tie that line to actually my leg, so that I actually don't lose her.
A D10 and a perception check?
Yes.
Do I roll a perception check as well?
No.
Ah,
You're not playing bait, are you?
That's a 6.
no, but I'm the
And
one fishing.
perception.
Okay.
Bitch. Perception.
It's gonna end up horribly.
Oh shit! I got a good score on that.
That's
20,
bad. Only
20.
30 feet.
Plus 10.
Uh,
14.
So.
And Ira? No.
No. This is bait, because Ira, as you like, I'm guessing you just jump off the edge. Right?
Yes.
Yeah. So all of a sudden, as you jump off the edge, you kind of like start to float, and you realize that the island at the moment is moving like maybe 70, 80 feet per 6 seconds, and all of a sudden, in a matter of like few seconds, all of a sudden, all the weight, not the weight, all the rope is extended, and all of a sudden you're just getting dragged. Your party members just kind of like keeping you there, as the island is actually like going very fast, and the line is
So you could say we're trolling.
the rope is like actually your lifeline, because I don't know if you can actually make it back if it just gets cut off.
Are we literally flying at Giselle like height right now?
I do not have a swim speed. I do not think I can get back.
But I can fly.
I will
150.
I will cast the enhanced ability on free for strength checks.
So okay. So here's the thing.
Don't
You
worry,
look-
my talons are planted in the ground.
Okay, you look around, and you basically a bit go down by the way the fucking island moves, and all of a sudden in front of you, you're seeing that you're closing in into like a not black, a white spot of stuff, and then you realize, are those fucking fish? Like, you think that you're like a good 80 feet below the island, and about like 500 feet away from you, but slowly closing in, is like a school of pearly white fish.
Catch them.
Oh! I was only joking about the fish. Let's go!
Free, what is your movement speed right now?
My flight speed
Flight
is
speed.
150.
Good, you can catch up even if you leave the island.
Yeah.
Wait, so you say they're fast approaching?
Yeah, they're all approaching towards
Just
you.
a second, I'm being called.
You got like 20 seconds of reaction of like you spot them. They're not like going away, they're going directly into you. So what would you like to do?
Do they look like they have the means to hurt me?
They look like
Okay, I'm back.
roll me a nature check.
Alright.
Arax, what size category would you say that this rope is right now?
Size character rope?
Yeah, if you for an animated objects related use purpose.
Very, very big, because it's 150 feet long.
Large or huge? Maybe.
Gargantuan or more.
Oh, damn it.
Yes. Okay, you realize that this seems like
You
they're...
sure that's not just cubic feet?
No, it only says size category, which is an
Yeah.
arbitrary value.
Yes, because snakes can be very long and very small. So Griselda, you realize by what few seconds you have to realize, they seem to be more like a bass type of fish. Nothing sharp or immediately dangerous, but probably would give you a hell of a walloping if you stuck in their school for long.
Hmm. A worthy challenge. No.
And their size, because you have, they're maybe like 2 feet each. Some are maybe 3 and they're like feet and a half wide. These are massive fish, and you maybe think like there's maybe above 50, but not more than 100.
Grab most you can. Open your bag of holding.
Oh my!
Actually, net them with the bag of holding. That's perfect.
Hmm.
They'll suffocate.
Yeah, but she doesn't want to get fish on her stuff.
It's not how it works.
She doesn't know that's how it works. She's
Oh,
smarter. That doesn't mean she knows more.
Oh my god.
She just can do more with the information given. But I mean, she's going fishing. So let's go spearfishing.
Spearfishing?
She's going to. Yeah.
Or are you gonna grab them?
Oh no, she's going to take her blade and try and impale as many as she can on it.
Alrighty. I would like you to roll me a sleight of hand check.
Alrighty.
Because you're trying not to like impale it, but more like, make sure that you actually get the fish and not like skewer them in half.
Yeah, instead of I'm trying to get them on the end of
Yeah.
the blade.
Oh god. Okay.
Wow.
Roll
13.
Roll me a 2d6. Shit.
Well.
Nice.
Yeah. So as soon as you prepare, and when the first fish just kind of impales, like almost like kind of slides into your blade, all of a sudden all of them start to like scatter, as if like they finally realize there's a threat in front of them, and you start like poking them, and by the end of like everyone passing by, your blade is full. 12 fishes hang on the. It's just stuck in the.
They're like sideways, so I can get as many of them as I can on them.
Yes.
I have a kebab of 12 fish.
And what you realize is that these seem extremely pale and bleached, and you touch the scales and they feel like they have fur on them. Less scaly,
Fuzzy
more
fish.
fur. Yeah,
Fuzzy fish.
it's very off-putting.
Guys, I got some furry fish. Pull me back up.
I was gonna say, it felt like a struggle, and she pulls them back up.
Yeah, it takes a good like half a minute, and you get these 12 large fishes, 2-3 feet long, about 1.5 feet wide, massive chunky fishes. All of them occasionally like start to grasp for life and kind of try to wiggle out. Their blood is pink, dark pink.
I'm going to take a small whiff of their blood. Does it smell anything different other than blood? I would know.
As you sniff, all of a sudden you feel like your face slightly contorts, and you feel like you're losing sensation on your nose.
Oh, that is some strong stuff.
Griselda's gonna stab the blade and like the tip of the blade into the ground so they can't wiggle free. Yeah, they're pretty strong. They were flipping all over the place.
Okay.
At
Let's
least
get
not
that
compared
rope
to
off
me
you,
though.
and I'll see if I can manage to cook something with this.
Hold on a second. Shall I remove the heads?
Oh no, don't worry. I'll take care of that.
Gotcha.
So she
I
was
want my
just
blade
gonna
back though.
take it. Don't worry, I'll give it back. She takes the blade and she holds the tip, so that they don't slide off.
Before you do anything, you just hear a large, like a cough sound, and you look through where it's coming from. It comes from the inn doorway, actually into the inn, and you see Pawn just looking at all of you.
Hello.
Hello.
She kind of looks at the fish and looks at you. Where did you get those?
There was some in bar and we stabbed them. Oh, correction, I stabbed them.
I suggest you do not try them unless you know how to make them properly. There,
Do you?
I do know how to make them properly.
Okay.
Oh, free. Go cook with them. See if you can learn a thing or two.
I would love to learn, if you allow.
Oh, okay.
Would be ashamed to wait.
As she kind of grabs each one of the fish and kind of drags them onto the bar. She immediately.
Yeah,
So question. While Free is getting a lesson in cooking these fucking fish, or making food out of it, what is everybody else doing? Is everybody just gonna observe it?
There's still two dwarves outside. Playing game.
Yes. They have not
Actual bad
flinched.
cooking.
I don't want to move up to them.
You want to do what now?
Move up to the two of them.
Okay. They seem. One of them has these like fuzzy reddish hair, while the other has like long, pale white hair. Both very well dressed. They seem to have metro chainmail, and their weapons are dwarvish masterful dwarvish craftsmanship, and they seem to be playing some sort of chess game. The game is only few moves in, but throughout all of this, they still remain the same position. Their griffins that were to the side at the beginning were like screeching at you are dormant, silent, and sleeping by each individual dwarf. Next
Do the
to-
dwarves even seem to be alive? Or are they breathing?
Yes, they're breathing. Roll me a perception check.
Perception. I will perceive. Equals plus 10, yep.
Okay, looking at them, there's like getting a bit closer. You feel the slight aura as these two dwarfs seem to be looking mostly at the pieces and occasionally at each other. And the only thing that actually moves between the dwarfs are the eyes. Some sort of massive game is going on between those two, and you don't know what it is. But the chessboard is part of it. That's for certain. As for Free, so Pawn takes the fish in, and she immediately starts to use her own magic to immediately wash off the blood into a bag of holding. And she says, first of all, this blood will kill you very quickly, very easily, especially on open wounds. Second of all, you eat this raw. You do not cook it. As she kind of skewers the, or I guess guts the fish up, you see it has what seems to be only lungs, a very frail translucent spine and bone structure, and nothing else besides like what seems to be like these very wide, almost pearly not slices, but like muscles of meat. as she kind of takes the whole skeleton with almost like an ease with a single thing, washes all the blood with her magic into the bag of holding, and just extracts the fish meat.
Okay. Let me get this straight. The blood is poisonous.
Very
You
so.
cannot cook it. So I guess the only way to eat it would be after draining the blood to make sushi out of it.
She kind of nods, yes.
That is interesting.
But the fish also spoils very quickly, and it does not abide the laws of refrigeration.
Good to know.
The fish that you have will disintegrate in a matter of hours into nothingness. That's just how much time you have to eat. And she like says it, like occasionally gives you a glimpse. She's like processing the fish, and by the end she finishes the sentence, the first fish is done. And there's like maybe like 4 or 5 pounds of this meat, and the rest of the carcass, even though there's scales and the fuzzy, she immediately just chucks it into the bag of holding. And there's like almost like a waterfall stream in the bar that's kind of maintained in the around the bar, as she begins to cut it. And yeah, and she kind of gives you like a hand motion towards the meat, saying, "If you want, you can give it a taste. It's an odd taste and texture."
Alright. She does take a bit of the flesh.
Okay, it feels like a normal bit of flesh, like fish. And the taste, first of all, the meat crunches like an apple. Second of all, it has a very airy, sweet sensation that makes your mouth water, and you want more of it.
Is this fish addictive in any sense?
It's a delicacy, and it's very much sought after.
I can understand why. Huh. Very nice. Oh. Right?
And she cuts. Yeah, so takes a good handful of minutes, and
Guessing we're making sushi.
I mean, she's eating it without anything. She just eats the thing, because yeah, if anybody's just chilling, in a matter of like hour and a half, she produces over 100 pounds of this, and it's like literally in the bar, and you see the first like cuts that were made seem to slowly lose that whiteness, that this sensation of astral sea, and it seems to dimming, like starts to dim down.
Ah, I see what you mean now. Alright. Well, I kind of tap my claws. Guys, food's ready.
Yeah. Over this hour, I have been trying to figure out the game these two dwarves have been playing and failing.
Hurry up, it spoils fast.
Roll me an insight check.
And I will actually use an enhanced ability for this
Okay.
to get and guidance, because she's been trying for a long time. Different.
Don't waste your spells too quick.
Okay, and Hodart, if you will, could you just roll me a 4d100?
And that is 14, 20, 26.
26. Okay, yeah, so... Oh, Hodar, we're gonna have a thing... So everybody decide what you want to do, because Hodar's gonna go on a bit of an adventure. So...
So actually, I gotta ask beforehand. Did Pond actually like collect the blood?
No, she all the blood, it was essentially... You know when somebody's like washing dishes and there's just an immense stream of water that's basically
Okay, so she
permanent?
just threw it away.
Yeah, all of it in the
Alright.
bag of holding, and occasionally she closes the bag of holding, and you hear like a sudden like deflation sound from the bag. Then she opens up and continues. She looks like she's done this 100 or 1,000 times before.
too.
Yeah.
So, what
Yeah.
kind of item is that? It seems like some kind of disposing the garbage bag.
It's a bag of holding. Once it fills, it expunges its contents to the astral sea. You might be thinking, what strange, different artifacts, what powers lie in this place. It's a junkyard. That's what it is. Well, sometimes it's not, but mostly it is. Like, think about all the bags of holding that were made across all the millenniums. All the stuff that was stored. It just ended up here. As, yeah. So Ira, looking intently, you see that the dwarves seem to be focused on the two pawns almost at the center. And they almost exclusively look at those pawns and occasionally look at themselves. And you start to gaze into the pawns themselves. And after like a good few seconds, you start to hear something within the pawns. You start to hear yelling, clashes of swords and shields, horns and war drums in the distance. For a split second, you start to see the two pawns just manifest into two large clashing armies.
Wait. That's not a chessboard. That's a war board.
The pen got the war hammer.
Well,
Whoa!
I think that's literally one of those items that lets you like have an actual war.
Yeah.
I think some gods use those.
Yeah, and then you kind of shake off that feeling, and it remains the pawns, and the dwarves are fixated upon it. You realize that this is either these two creatures, dwarves, stumble upon something very interesting, or they're a lot more than just two dwarves in the astral sea. So, Griselda, I would like you to tell me if you wish to do anything, because we will have intermission with our boy Hodart. So, anything?
Nah, she hasn't got anything at the moment. She's waiting
Is
for
that-
food.
Does
Well,
Griselda know how to use a bow?
You're gonna ask.
Well, I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure the food was ready for a while now.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I already yelled it out earlier.
Yeah.
No, I mean,
because-
I don't know if it was like the transition between then and now.
Oh, just previously I spoke it out loud.
Okay, okay. So, Hodart, may I have your attention?
I'm gonna mute.
Hodart.
I'm here.
Hello. So, few hours pass as you finally decide to retire yourself and sleep a bit to recover your strength after, a bit of adventuring. You find a nice corner to settle down and you fall very rapidly to sleep. The sensation of astral wind dulls and eventually becomes null as you kind of drift in your conscience and you fall asleep. But then you're kind of woken up by something. A sensation of a bite in your talons on your fingers. Tiny, minor bites. Nothing that would rip your flesh apart. But you can sense the aches of pain going through your fingertips. What would you like to do?
And I see it. See what's going on.
You open your eyes and it's kind of dark for a split second as you look down at where the pain is coming, and you see on your finger, it's a mouth fully, like, not engulfed, but like biting you at what it seems to be full strength, is a mouse of familiar golden fur. As you look around, you find yourself no longer in a desolate island, in a desolate sea of white stars. You find yourself in a forest, and a sensation of a very familiar place. Your home at the Fae. The immediate surroundings you do not recognize, but the trees, the plant life, the sensation in the wind. It just feels just right at home.
So you see the mouse is like, oh, a familiar face. Hello. It's been a minute since we've met.
It kind of stops biting you and kind of gets on your palm and just kind of looks at you on its back, like standing on its back legs, looks at you expectantly.
No, quite right. I cast Speak with Animals.
Yeah, you cast the spell.
So, not quite sure how I got here, but it is nice to be in a familiar place. And say, are you are the same one we saw not long ago, I assume.
With almost like hasted breath, the mouse responds, "Yes and no. We are different creatures, but all our eyes belong to one."
Ah, yes, that would make sense.
As it kind of looks around a bit and kind of like almost looks around as if like scouting out for something, and kind of looks back at you. "You must travel back to the library. The proxy must answer its master."
Ah, yes. Must travel back to the library. Yes, I shall do that. I'm just wondering, would it be accepted if I bring company along? I do believe that these companions of...
The mouse immediately starts like almost like rotating around your palm, saying, "No, no, 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 no. You stand up and you go. Walk forward. Come on."
He's going to.
Okay. As you start to walk, for a good few minutes, it just seems like a random branch of forest, nothing you recognize. And then you see a large, like, sections of bushes, very large, very thick. Above, above. You know how to fly? I seen you do it. Above.
It's gonna take flight.
As you go about 20 feet above, and you kind of above most of the trees, in the distant vicinity to your right, you see the familiar passageways, roads, and what you would call settlements, but more like, more forests that are populated by your fellow Alkin and the like. And the road that leads to the library to your right, and the large library itself. But once you take flight, all of a sudden, your whole mortal body just kind of disintegrates and becomes almost like a outline shade of bright green. You still feel the weight of your body and the push and pull of the winds and how you can control it with your wings. As the mouse says, "Go, fly."
Can I briefly do an insight check on him?
Okay. Okay, so yeah, you can roll it, but what you wish to figure out.
It's trying to figure out if this is actually happening or if this is more of a vision quest, like my body physically not there.
Yeah, roll me an insight check. Okay. So, everything looks consistent. Doesn't seem like you're in a dream or in a vision, even though you are. Last time you remember, you are asleep in the astral sea, which is another plane entirely. Not to mention that you're now incorporeal, but also you're accompanied by a messenger of Titania, one of the like leaders of the Feywild. So it could mean a lot of things, but as you look around, you see the life, however primitive and however chaotic, still goes on, and the world does not seem to stop just because you stop.
He's gonna keep that in. He's gonna keep that in mind, and then he's gonna try and make his way to the library.
Okay. So yeah. You fly rapidly, as in extremely fast. As you feel like you're still at your own strength of wings, but you have no weight to carry. As you make your way maybe 5-6 times as fast as you usually would. As you soar through the treetops towards the stone library. Takes you a good 2 minutes. Immediately you recognize the other proxies who seem not even able to like see you or spot you. Even though you're literally could be above them, in front of them, they do not seem to even see you. Mostly Alkin. Some you recognize as, your fellow colleagues, some as your mentors or teachers, uh, doing their own tasks.
Does he have a secret lover?
Uh, but the door to the library is closed, which you would know is usually that does not happen. Permission to go inside is kind of forbidden, yes, but usually, guards or the proxies just stop you. And now it's closed. As you stop, what would you like to do as you hear the mouse saying to go in through the walls?
I am going to find the nearest person mass. Excuse me. Is there a reason that the doors are closed?
Uh, they seem to not even take notice of you, and as you try to touch them or interact with them, you just go through them.
Oh, fascinating. It seems that I am indeed incorporeal. Oh, anyways, I'm going to attempt to just walk through the doors.
Please bash your head. Please bash your head.
Give me a second. No, you do not bash. You go through, and it kind of feels very eerie because you feel the cold sensation through your entire body, and eventually you go through, and you see the familiar library, kinda destroyed. The well, how do I say this? It's like it does not have any books because anything you wish or want to know would manifest as it always does. But are bookshelves, tables, chairs. A lot of it has seemed to been destroyed, broken apart. Sand and ash litter the ground, which is uncommon. And we're talking in large quantities in some places, like a few dozen feet piles of just ash. As the mouse just says, "Look at this place. What do you see?"
What do I see? Yes.
You want to roll?
He just told you.
Yeah, definitely perception. Because I want to look deeper.
Am I the only one that hears dust and things disintegrate?
No, you're not alone in that.
I mean, a lot of ash, a lot of rubble everywhere. That's what you see essentially.
I see. Devastation. What could have...
You know
Is
who.
this...
The constructs manifested through portals of green ran amok and destroyed. As all of a sudden, right, as you, I don't know if you're flying or still, you have this sort of pull from the mouse, but not like the sensation is centered on the mouse, but it feels like somebody's grabbing your hand and slightly pulling you, tugging you through the library.
this point, I'm just gonna accept because he's come to this is. I'm being shown something very important, so I'll just let it happen.
Yeah, ash, rubble, and then you see it buried in what seems to be a bunch of like distraught sand in one of the sections of the library, have like half destroyed and half buried. You see the familiar construct as you like look around, but you still getting guided.
These are the ones that were that fought, like the one that
Yes.
we were fighting with Father.
Yes. Yeah. As you're basically getting dragged to the opposite side of the library, and the more you go, the more devastation you see. Um, and then you kind of get this realization of where are you getting pulled at? Because there's only one exit and entrance, which is the opposite side, but it's pulling you somewhere towards like nothing. Like kind of just goes through the whole library and just kind of almost like pulls you through random hallways, nooks and crannies of the building, but there's nothing really there.
So, as I'm being pulled through, are the constructs just idle, or does it look like they are looking for something in particular?
Oh no, all of the constructs have been destroyed. You see half of them have just been disintegrated and there's like remnants of it left. And you probably realize that all the piles of ash and rubble are probably the remnants of what was of the constructs.
Aha. Okay. And would I see anything else? The mouse is still with me, right?
Yes, it is. It is just kind of looking forward. Did not say anything since you entered, and just being quiet, quiet as a mouse, you could say. And it seems to have been like half an hour as you're basically getting tugged along. Seemingly towards nothing.
Is there... Yes. This is basically what me and Zircon had come across. I didn't know it was going to be directed towards the library itself. Makes me wonder if there was looking for something. Information, perhaps? But to what end, I know not.
The mouse immediately retorts, they were not looking for information, they were looking to destroy it.
That just makes it even worse then, now doesn't it?
Indeed, indeed. But the invasion was stopped. And since you already been into this mess for a bit, not long, but a bit enough, you've been summoned here. As you basically end up by just a random section of a wall that goes nothing, and just with your passive insight, you know that it would literally lead to the outside. because the walls are not exactly super thick. This would lead to the outside as you feel the dragon sensation going through. But as your hand kind of goes into the wall, all of a sudden you have like almost a nauseous feeling, and a sudden push back bashes you a few feet back, and you see the mouse goes flying across the library as a green spot and vanishes somewhere. All of a sudden, in front of you, the section of the wall engraves itself in this bright blue flame, and a singular eye manifests. It kind of looks around for a round, and all of a sudden looks at you, and its iris expands. What would you like to do?
I know this. Do I know this eye?
I don't know. When was the last time you looked at your hat?
I was gonna say
I-
that is
I
pretty
do.
strong symbolism.
Yeah. I bow. Knowing full well what it is.
So, as you bow, all of a sudden the eye extinguishes, and it suddenly feels like the wall just collapses for a second, but no rubble reaches the ground, and you're met with a hallway that is candlelit. And it's a tiny hallway, like maybe 10 feet tall and maybe 15 feet wide. And it's littered. The ground is littered with candles by the hundreds, if not thousands.
After a brief pause, he's going to go into the hallway.
So. So. As you go in, more candles are to be seen. Time passes for a bit, maybe a few minutes or an hour. All of a sudden you look back and you see there's no light from where you came. There's just the hallway filled with candles. As you trudge along, eventually you are met by a large open chamber. What seems to be of like an outside garden somewhere high up in the mountains. To the very right, you see a large waterfall, maybe miles wide and dozens of miles long, going to somewhere you don't even see the bottom. The place is decked out with tables, tomes, books, thousands of candles everywhere on every section of this opening. And you see a very lanky man, a humanoid, dressed in pristine white robes, a hood covering a shadow over where its face should be. It is sitting on its throne of marble that seem to be growing a bunch of tendrils of wood, and flowers are sprouting out. As its shadowy facade just kind of looks at you. It extends its hand and kind of gives like this, what's it called? A motion with its fingers for you to come closer. Clutching its fingers one by one with a single motion.
I do so. Just in a dignified manner, just walk forward.
Be at ease, Proxy Hodar. Ease your mind and let me witness of what you have learned. So, as he says that, he immediately extends his other hand. And now, question: will you resist?
No.
Okay. For a split second, a white flash blinds you as you stumble a bit backwards. Your vision comes back, but all of a sudden, in like, uh, like, like fragments, pieces of when you stare in the sun and you get like a sun blare in your eyes, like a sunspot. You see
Yep.
multiple of those, but through them you see what you witnessed in the past few weeks. As the hand retracts on the throne, the silent figure looks down a bit to itself and takes a deep sigh, and then looks upon you. What do you think of this? Your honest opinion, if you will.
Oh. I'm not 100% sure. The information has been gathered and is still being processed. If I have to make an educated guess, it seems that this thing we recently destroyed feels like it's more of just a piece of a grander scheme that not only affects will not only affect both this plane and the mortal plane of which I've been sent to, or found myself in, but probably more. More planes beyond. I'm still working on what its initial intent is. But from what I see, it's more. From what little mouse companion had told me, that they were trying to destroy information. If it was just knowledge in general, that's one thing. But if it's something specific, then that is a bit concerning, because it might have to pertain with them about this whole plot, as well as means to stop them, which I am very interested in doing.
The assault on the library was a folly attempt of theirs. We will rebuild, and the knowledge preserved in it will never be lost. Nevertheless, a witness of what you've seen, and I know what you know. You have your suspects, but you also have a bunch of doubt. And I wish to know something of you, Proxy. The Harpy that you accompany, and her wife, beloved, associate, whatever it be. Any hope of redemption?
believe that everyone has a chance for it. But should we come to a point where they are unwilling to return, I will have to do what must be done in order to protect not only this realm, but all others. But I will at least. But the best thing I can do is at least try.
From my long watch, I seen tales, witnessed epics, and read stories of how demons refrain from their demonhood and ascend. And I seen angels most divine succumb to corruption and descend. There is a possibility he kind of like leans back a bit and he kind of starts to wave his hands in front of you, and with every single flinch of his fingers some sort of clicking noise comes from his hand, and a singular line with each click manifests in front of him in this pristine greenish light. He roll me a perception check as you hear faintest of mumblings uh coming from the near.
Perception?
Yes, perception. You hear faintest of mumblings coming. I want to see if you spot something. 23. You catch maybe a quarter, if not less, of what he's speaking, as he's speaking very fast, and that's why it feels like it's a mumbling. But something about a glyph, protection, white ire, and black descents.
One more time, what was glyph of?
No, this is passing words of something. A glyph of protection, white ire, and the black descent. And there's countless on others, but that's what you can gather up with the 23 perception.
Okay.
As the sigil manifests, all of a sudden, with a final click, the sigil becomes almost a spherical thing and becomes elongated like a hilt, and from it sprouts a branch that curves into a very sharp looking blade. I bestow upon you, as the blade slowly drifts to you, and it's a dagger size, maybe a very large dagger or a very short sword. As it says, I bestow you my finger. With it, you must either willingly, after the war is over, or in the heat of combat, you must strike the demon with it. She holds knowledge that we need to uncover this mystery. She knows a lot more than she cares to admit, willingly or not. That is your task, Proxy Hodart. Do I make myself clear?
Does it have to be a killing blow?
No. If she is, he kind of almost like looks to the side, even though the the hood does not move. If she's regretful of her actions and looks for redemption, a simple slice through the palm or anywhere she wishes would do. But she must be alive.
I accept this task set forth by you.
Kind of almost gives like a slight nod towards your location. In that regard, business here is concluded. Unless you wish to ask something of the all-knowing scribe. You have my fullest attention for a bit.
I ask, but where to simply start looking?
The tainted sorcerer will know. The intruder that brought you to their plane to begin with. Zircon Reed. He's a bitter man. And for his jolly, smiling attitude, he's tenfold as cruel and cunning. Be mindful of that when you strike a deal with him. He's not a force to be reckoned with.
Yes, I have quite seen his power firsthand.
And then
I give a bow.
he kind of mutters something. And all of a sudden, for a split second, you see your form just kind of dissipate. Your green emerald sheen just dissipates and vanishes. But for a split second, you just see as yourself just a detached owl head in the presence of the Lord of the Scribes. As you vanish out, and all of a sudden, with almost a coughing fit, you wake back in Lake in the Sea. So, first thing you see is the bars fill what seems to be white fish fillet. A handful of people gathering around it. And you have the sensation of rejuvenation after a few moments. As if all of a sudden your strength, some unnatural way, returns to you. You're no longer exhausted and you're fully rested, despite not meeting the qualifications for it.
I forgot that free and Griselda is still exhausted.
Yeah. Hodart, the first thing you feel is something is in your hand as you feel like it's being clutched. You look at it and you see this very nice emerald hilted blade with a bunch of incantations on it, and what seems to be wood for a blade with a very sharp edge, it seems like.
He's going to look. Say, stare at it. Say, So it was all real. Excellent. And he's just gonna put the dagger away.
Is he like
You
in the
gotta-
bar? Like, is he in the room?
He's somewhere in the inn, huddled down and just sleeping as you're all kind of like
Yes,
getting.
You know that corner in the tavern where the edgy guy goes?
Oh my god.
The area-
That's where-
my fucking
He
god.
found a
You
nice
got an
dark.
edgy
He
druid.
found a nice dark corner to fall asleep in.
I want to imagine
The
that
druid
he.
has fallen. Destroy him.
No. I imagine that he's literally dead, but he's like sitting on the chair, just like sleeping, like food.
All of us have ate a while ago, right? Like hours ago.
Huh?
Before
No,
all of
but-
us had eaten.
Yeah, you. It's been like good hour and a half, and at this point, like it's been like good 20 minutes since all the fish fillet has been like, just like cut.
Distributed.
Well, not distributed. It's all in the bar.
Oh wait, didn't Ari have a question about bows, or was I making my confused?
She
I
asked if you should shoot it.
It's been shooting. I has a bow, but she has the proficiency, so she wanted to ask Griselda if she could have like a few hours of shooting practice out.
Oh, yeah, I can show you how to shoot. I don't usually use a bow, but you know, once you learn it, it never really goes away. Although I don't think there's many things to shoot apart from a bench and a pair of dwarves.
As Knives greedily stuffs stuff and eats it for himself, and also pockets it like almost like a goblin, you could say. He just kind of looks at around the room and sees Hodar kind of awake, and kind of like points at you, Hodar, and like with half full mouth says, "Ah, you're awake."
Hey,
Finally awake.
You're finally awake.
Oh, you are waiting for
Same minds.
Same
minds.
Very good.
Yeah. Yes. Quite. Anyways,
Also,
But
Knight, you
you're-
should probably not pocket that. It's gonna spoil really quickly.
Hmm.
are we ready to get going?
We're eating at the moment. Well,
Eat
actually,
up and then we leave.
yeah. Well, let me finish my play quickly because I need to teach someone how to use a bow. Actually, I don't have a bow
we can
on
do
me,
that
so-
once we get back to your guys' plane.
I really do want to go back on my, plane of origin.
All right, fair enough.
Yeah,
we'll
we
go
have-
back and then do some actual target practice on
Okay,
a plane
so-
that we can.
So yeah, as you say that, you see Pawn immediately almost like gets like a handful of the fish and kind of pushes aside, and then gives you like 4/5 of it. Says, "Yeah, this is yours."
All right,
Ooh,
thank you.
Hey, you got about 80 pounds of fish, very delicious fish, but
that
also
will last hours.
yes.
You can make a market stall, like premium goods. On the
Dungeon
island.
market stall. What's that? A fifth level
yeah,
spell?
definitely. Like, listen to this. Just tiny bites on skewers. We have some. What do you call those?
Shish kebabs.
No. The taste.
Taste
Taste test. You know when people
Bite-sized
come in to
Sample
taste it?
food.
Sample
Okay.
food. There we go. And then, all right, each bite is at least worth 100 gold.
oh my
Not
god.
That's
100 gold.
no.
Okay.
Griselda wouldn't even
Or
fucking let you
copper.
do that.
20.
Copper.
20. No,
We
no,
are-
copper is way too cheap. This is astral fucking fish.
Yeah, I
It
imagine.
will be worth mud. Copper is good enough.
10 silvers. Final. That's final.
You know, there are orphans out there that will never taste anything to do with cuisine, and you wanna take silvers from them.
Orphans aren't gonna
So-
eat this.
I know, but if they did want to eat it, also I'm an orphan and I eat it, so shut the fuck up.
I'm
Anyway,
talking about small poor children.
Oh yeah, small children wouldn't like small snacks on the wayward road.
Technically, I was an orphan as well.
Yeah, you're dealing with a party of rogues, but none of them are rogues.
Be right back.
It thinks at least.
Okay.
Listen, technically, I'm an orphan as well.
Oh my god.
Oh, so then you're okay. So you're just a
Oh my
capitalist swine then that doesn't wish to give back to the
Will you
people. That's
stop?
interesting.
This is rare food. Rare food worth money.
Yes, but we get money by the spades.
Quit. Okay, right on that. But come on, at least have some privilege. Have some narcissism.
No, not even a little bit. The only narcissism I have is actually it doesn't. I don't think that counts as narcissism. It's just
Your
hatred.
pride on strength.
What? I
You're-
mean,
you're-
no, I don't.
you're very
There
prideful
are
with
stronger
yourself.
people out there. There are definitely stronger people out there than me. However, can they not die?
My point.
I
Exactly.
just
Anyways,
think
hold on. I think now's the time. Guys, she's rubbing her
I'm
forehead
back.
like, oh, I'm so done with this shit.
If I catch you selling that,
yeah. Ada is going to hand Hodot something to eat, because he's probably quite hungry.
yeah, eat this while it lasts. You got hours on it.
Okay, so question.
Yeah,
Hodar,
like normal
what
food.
are you using to plane ship back to the material plane?
I was just about to ask if people have certain like material that is from that plane specifically. like-
her chainmail breastplate.
Well, I have like basic camping gear.
I've
But
got
preferably
some money.
metal.
Money.
I have flint and steel.
I have a big pile of money.
We have
Gold is literally plentiful.
So I studied for plane shifting while there. Would I be able to take some of that gold and use heat metal to mold it into one of those?
You want
Tuning
to
forks?
melt my gold down?
Passive insight though. Gold, metal, like okay. Stuff. You know what? Roll me an intelligence check.
The DM gives up on the explanation, just makes you roll for it.
By
Yeah.
the way, I can still make somebody breathe fire on it.
We don't need to breathe fire, just
How-
need to
how
make a
much?
fire. Maybe
Wait.
there's like a
How much is that? 15. Okay. Yeah. You know that if you just take like maybe 20 gold, you could melt it all into a single tuning fork.
For the material plane. It's like, oh, I'm just asking for 20 gold.
20 gold. That's well, actually. I
Where
guess
would you
it's not that
rather us
expensive.
teleport a couple 100 feet above the ground and then have us all scramble to keep each other from going splat?
I
I
wouldn't be
mean-
going splat, but okay.
I mean, I'm sure I'm strong enough to carry
Okay,
these two
okay,
people.
okay. Knives just gives you his dagger holder. So yeah.
Okay. Yeah, this will work. Anyways. And there is how many of us? There's a total.
Five total.
Just 5.
Yeah.
So Rograk say, well, I hope we find Rograk someday in the future too. It was nice knowing him.
Personally, I wouldn't worry about him right now.
He does seem like he
I
can
wouldn't
take care
worry
of
about
himself.
him. He hits like a truck.
I would be
What's
more
a truck?
rather worried about the people who run into him at this point.
Zelda, question: what is a truck?
It's a four-legged creature. It's got 3 tentacles coming out its back. It's got a rows of teeth, bunch of eyes.
It's an isekai
Oh
device.
yes, and it's got the full tusks coming out of its face, right?
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about.
Correct. Anyways, let us keep going. Everybody hold hands.
In hands.
I can hold hands. Sorry.
I have talents.
Yeah, you don't. You. So with that, I am going to cast plane shift using the dagger as a tuning instrument to shift back to the material plane.
Roll
And
me
you found
D-
out
ro-
that it's a
yeah. Roll me a D100, and also the knife was like, yeah, this was made.
Oh well.
yeah. I was just going to say you found out that it's dagger from the Nine Hells.
Yeah. I was about to say, like, no. He gives the dagger knowing where it comes from. Let's see, how fucked up you are at the moment. Let's see. Oh, look at that! Not at all.
Question: How much exhaustions do I still have?
2.
You had 3 before, yeah, right?
Oh, we
But
had
we also had the
3, We drank
liquid.
the water. We had a long rest.
That removes 2, so you should have 1 at that point.
Yeah, we got
given
1
that.
left.
Or did you have 4 before?
Because remember,
Yes.
we had 1 long rest. We had a drink of water that removed 2 exhaustion. So
Exhaustion,
that's
yeah.
3 gone.
Then there's 1 left.
So we
Oh
had 4.
yeah, I just
Okay.
realized. Give me a second. I just realized something. Ira, your lantern, and Hodart, yourself. As Hodart
Yeah.
comes closer, there's this shadowy pull towards Ira's lantern with streaks of bright green.
Oh. Now that is a different power. I'm guessing we all see it.
Yes.
Yeah, I was going to show that it is no danger.
But Ira, prepare for a headache. Just saying.
And she gives a wry smile.
I wonder what the green means. Maybe at some point when we have time, I could identify it again.
Well, yeah, it is very odd, but I don't think it's anything horrible.
Okay, a good minute or so passes. Ira, you're preparing for a headache. Nothing changes, but all of a sudden, you have an urge to smell some grass.
That was not
Like you all of a sudden remember the smell of like just after rain grass, and you're craving that sensation again.
I'm actually tripping it in real life as well. Just hearing about that. Freshly
You have
cut
a
grass.
craving.
What's that?
just
Alfalfa? Is it
You have a
dill?
craving to touch grass.
In real life, I want to smell grass right now as well.
Wow, the game is strong. It's affecting the
Oh, my grass is growing outside. I'll send you some.
I think it'd
I
be
wouldn't touch my
quite fresh enough in the mail.
Casual.
Don't worry. When we're all done, we'll all go touch grass.
With the Swedish Postal Service, it will end up in Bangladesh.
My God. Ah. So yeah, give me a second. Let me find a very nice cozy ambience. Let's see. Yeah. Okay. So. Ding dong ding.
Who's your friend who likes to
Nice.
play?
Okay. Okay, let's see if it works. Come on, lads. Come on. Oh, yes, nice.
Drum roll.
Yes.
Ooh,
Hey.
training.
Yeah. So the first
Congrats.
thing you feel is wetness all around you, as it is currently pouring outside. You realize that you're somewhere in Trugmar City, somewhere to the south, close to
Here, everything but no tomato.
the Knives Manor, and it's night. It's dead of night. It's raining. The only sources of light you have are like lights in the buildings, and you're getting soaked by the second. What would you like to do?
And make a what's it called? I used shape water to make some water shield above my head.
I take the coat of dry warmness, I like coat of comfort, and I just put it over my head. Ah,
And over my new Yeti coat.
An umbrella, it's called. Yeah, that's
I'm just getting wet.
Not in public. I'm kidding. Now then, where do we head? We try to find.
Where exactly are we?
I'd say to the south of the city.
Knives immediately just looks at you, Hodor. Can I have my knife back?
Yes.
Okay, he grabs the knife and starts just booking it back to his mansion.
well.
Oh,
I guess we're on our own now.
He yells, "Be like, you're welcome to come. Fuck this weather. I want some warm beddings."
I'm flying full speed to past the knives. Actually, can I outspeed him with my flight?
Yeah.
I'm grabbing him and I'm heading to the mansion. And I yell back, "See you there!"
Oh my fucking god.
Just imagine a hawk grabbing a rabbit.
Ira will calmly walk because she has an umbrella of water.
I will also walk.
I'm going to fly there.
Of course you would. You're all extra.
Because weather and plume don't mix. You're no waterfowl.
A second. I just need to. Okay. So yeah, for free it takes a matter of like 3 minutes and you're there. You fly, I guess, over, and a handful of guards immediately like kind of draw their blades, and Knife just immediately gives a whistle, and everybody just goes back to their normal selves. So
People should really know how to recognize the white wings. Well, they're new, but you know.
Moving on.
yeah. So, Griselda, Ira, and Hodar. Ira, you gonna take a slow pace. They're Grizzy. What about you?
Tilda. Hello?
Hello.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes,
We
I can
you.
hear you.
Yeah.
Sorry, I don't know what happened there. I think my connection just tanked.
Yeah.
No, she's walking with Ira at the moment.
Yep.
Sort of walking. I'm assuming Ira's umbrella isn't exactly tall.
No. Well, it can be at 5 feet wide, but
Oh, okay. In that case, she's under the umbrella as well.
It's a. I can control water in a 5-foot cube. So I just
Fair enough.
do
I
that.
just realised Griselda isn't even that tall. She's like 5'11".
And here I thought you were like 7
Ah,
or 6.
short.
Well,
Yeah.
I did
Wow! Bully!
Bully the orc!
I remember that since earlier.
Yeah, I may be short, but I have the means to make you shorter. You don't need both your knees. Yeah, she gets under the umbrella, or at least she's. Excuse me, hold on. She sort of puts herself under the umbrella, or whatever it is.
It's just animated water blob floating overhead.
Yes. Sort of walks with you for the time being. Well, at least we're on solid ground, or at least ground that isn't floating away, which is very much appreciated.
Yes, I didn't realize how heavy it could be to walk again after that adventure.
Why do you want to learn how to use a bow? You don't seem the aggressive type. No offense.
Well, it just seemed like a good skill to have. And I've also... Because it seems like a good activity that I spend time with.
You don't have someone that you're planning to shoot anytime soon, do you?
No, but I did try to hunt once with mixed success.
Ah, well, okay, that's fair. I mean, can't you just use your magic to do stuff?
Not really. I do not really have the power in that direction for that.
I mean, okay, that makes sense. Specialize in other stuff, yeah?
Yes.
Yeah, I can show you. I'm a bit rusty myself, but I think I'm reasonably accurate.
You can just shoot any street urchin. There's plenty to go around.
You're... It's
I'm
fucking
kidding.
horrible.
I'm kidding. I'm not even there. I'm not even there.
Okay,
Yeah. Hold on, what are you doing? I'm curious, because this is Griselda Iron Woman. Let's go.
Oh, I'm just flying that way.
Okay.
I'm just flying towards
So yeah,
their house.
Ira and Griselda. It is dark, raining. You're both alone. The streets are clear, and of course, it's kind of cold. Winter soon be upon you all.
Winter is coming.
Game of Thrones?
Game of Thrones.
I still have my cold protection cloak.
Griselda's probably shivering, but she's not. No, she's not making an effort to do anything about it.
There's a brothel
Let's see.
30 miles that way.
Is prestidigitation concentration? No, it's not.
No, it's not.
I can heat non-living materials, and I'm guessing that Griselda's armor is not non-living, so I can.
Armor?
Yeah, it's non-living material.
I mean, it would be if I had any.
Clothes
I got
then.
clothes on. Yeah.
Yeah.
The only thing that protects me is my unique, my unique constitution.
I
and my
can
ability to
I
not
can
get
heat
stabbed.
up to 2 cubic feet of your clothes.
Wait, you can warm my clothes up? Yes, please.
Apparently, according to the description of prestidigitation, I can do that.
Griselda, it just hit me. What kind of clothes you're wearing? For the longest time, I just still, and pardon me for this, I assumed the barbarian loincloth.
What? No.
Wow.
Listen. I'm at the very least a bunch of furs.
Okay.
I always
Yeah,
bet
she's wearing-
that's having good style of clothing.
I'm classist.
Griselda, actually has no style when it comes to clothing. I guess, at this point, most of her clothes are usually just borrowed or like crappy versions of other ones.
I can't
I would
believe I
say
looked
her
at
top
it.
kind of looks like a tarp that's had like it's been sewn into some sort of shawl or like poncho. And she has I guess something more akin to a kilt than a dress, so to speak. It's more like it's got little like things attached to it.
I'm definitely finding you some regenerating clothing.
Yeah,
Some
I'd
good
say
looking
at this
clothing.
point, most of the time she wears the clothes until they're destroyed beyond belief, and then gets a new pair. She has no fashion sense whatsoever. Her clothes are usually mismatched, constantly. It's just clothes that fit, I would say. She's a
You're
very
kind
broad
against
frame.
fashion, and I'm gonna fix that.
But yeah, that's what she's wearing. I guess her clothes are somewhat waterproof since they weren't made to be clothes. But yeah, that's what she's wearing currently. You can warm up my poncho. I'd appreciate that.
Oh, I'll do more than just a poncho, my dear. Anyways, let's keep going with your moment. I'll do that once we're at it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd appreciate some warmer clothes if you can do that.
Yeah, Aya's hands glow slightly and start heating your arm or close. It lasts for an hour, so it's yeah.
Thank you very much.
There's a few small tricks that I picked up over the years.
Prestidigitation, the best spell.
If you want to learn any other weapons, I'm pretty good with them.
Yeah, I did have the longsword and the polearm, but I think the longsword is probably better for you than for me.
Longsword, yeah, 100%.
Yeah, and the polearm was given away to the Lathanas champion back in
Yeah,
the plane.
yeah, be good. Yeah, I think it was a good idea, anyways. But yeah, I specialize in, I guess, swords at the moment. Maybe I should dump the shield and get to the sword. What do you think?
Well, I'm not an expert myself, but if you want more protection, I can always use my magic for it.
You don't need to, but I appreciate it. But yeah, I'm, if you got any interest in any kind of weapon or anything you want to train in, I don't think I'm a good sparring partner, but I can at least show you how to use it.
Well, the longbow has fascinated me the most. It is
Wait, why bow? Why not go for something like a crossbow?
well, it is probably part of
Because
my elven heritage.
yeah,
It has a fascination with bows.
Oh,
stereotype.
well, I guess that makes sense. But if you're not particularly skilled, I would suggest a crossbow. Bow has a steeper learning curve. Crossbow is just point and shoot, and how quickly you can reload it.
Yeah. The other reason is that the longbow is on the weapon currently on me, and she will pull up the longbow from her bag of holding. I do have this, and it's currently the only weapon I have.
Oh, I'm sorry. You can. I've got the evil looking sword in my bag. You can have that if you want. I didn't mean to leave you weaponless.
No, it's fine. I'm not really much of a weapon person.
Hmm. All right. Well, if you you want it back? All you got to do is ask.
Yeah. Did you know that Thurkan gave me these weapons?
Wait, what?
Yes, Thurkan gave me this longbow and that sword you're holding or carrying.
Oh. Interesting. Why did he give you these?
Yes, she shrugs.
Honestly, I thought this other would be like, ew, please. Would have been funny.
It might have been a gift or just items he threw away. Had no use for.
If this is what he's thrown away, I dread to think what he's keeping.
I do the same sometimes.
So yeah, at this point you would make it by the gate. Hodart, you got the same familiar like weapons drawn, but almost immediately they kind of don't just look at you. And eventually Iron and Griselda make their way back to the mansion as well, towards the gates, unless you're going somewhere else. I don't know. Midnight, in the dark, weapons training. I don't know.
I thought tired at least.
Yeah, we're going to Eberron. Sorry, I'm kidnapping Ira.
Do you know plane shift? Bro.
No, they're not. Or at least I'm not going anywhere other than somewhere that isn't raining.
Yeah, we entered the mansion.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it is midnight for all of you as you made your way back to the mansion. And I think with that, 3 hours have passed.
Have they? Oh shit.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I think I'm gonna call it because I got some stuff to do in real life. I want to get some food.
Yeah.
No worries.
That's
So,
good. A good calming session.
yeah, so
Pleasant.
more lore. So, with that being said, anything you like to say before I'm shutting the stream down with no survivors?
Griselda the Undying, baby! Not once! Not even once!
Pray that I may return next Sunday, for I don't know.
Or make everyone the undying. No.
No, because when everyone's Undying, no one is.
Anyway, yeet.